Welcome to the IME Community Podcast, where self-love is your superpower to achieve your weight and life goals and make your mark in the world. Your host is Dr. Carla, activist, MD. If you're a teen who's looking to revolutionize your health and can't wait to follow your dreams, welcome to the IME community.
To week 8 of the Reverse Your Insulin Resistance Challenge. How exciting! Let's life coach. Let's do this life coaching thing. I am so excited to teach you more about life coaching because it's so powerful and transformational, and it has been in my life, that's for sure. I've been doing this life coaching thing for 4 years. I started September 5th, 2017 is when I signed up and started my life and weight coaching journey with Dr. Katrina Ubel. Learned all the life coaching skills, learned about the Obesity Code, which is an amazing book you should check out by Dr. Jason Fung, and teaches us that we've been getting it all wrong. I'm going to teach you more about that next week when I diffuse the confusion. So last week we talked about your metabolic health. To join in on the Reverse Your Insulin Resistance Challenge, just follow IME Community on TikTok, and I do a daily video. I do TikTok lives every day. I do a daily Instagram post, so you can follow there. You can sign up for the IME Community email list, and you'll get a weekly email that lays out the week, because every day has a theme. So today is CoachU Monday, and you're going to learn so much this week. It's going to be transformational. You're going to be so excited, and you're so lucky. So last week, again, we did your metabolic health. If you want to go back and catch up, it's easy to do that. You can also make sure you like and subscribe to the IME Community YouTube channel, or IME Community Podcast on Apple and Spotify. Make sure you share it with everyone. If you're a teen, 12 to 18, or a parent of a teen who's struggling with their weight, maybe pandemic weight gain, maybe you have some health issues that are creeping up on you, maybe you want to work on some life coaching goals, get motivated. I know we're stuck in the COVID pandemic. Things are still pretty scary for all of us. We kind of don't know what to do, but we need to take action and get motivated and live our lives as we're figuring this out. And I hope, again, that everyone is healthy and safe, and if you're able to get the COVID vaccine, that you do that. Okay, so what is life coaching? The first thing to know is that life coaching isn't therapy, okay? So I'm someone who struggles with, I wouldn't say I struggle, I live with depression, and I manage it well. I've been to therapists, many therapists throughout the years who have helped me so much. And that's where you're going to go into your doctor to get a diagnosis, to get evaluation, to get treatment. And that's very important. So for sure, if you're looking for a diagnosis and you're struggling with mental health issues and for treatment, you need to go to a therapist. Life coaching, again, is not therapy. So I'm not going to be making any diagnosis. I'm not providing treatment. Life coaching is for people whose lives are going pretty well and you just want to level up, okay? So maybe you're a teen who, like I said, struggling with your weight, your health, you want to reach your health goals, you want to be body positive, but you also want to lose some weight. There's nothing wrong with that. Those aren't mutually exclusive things. I can help you and coach you and help you meet in the middle. It's awesome. So go ahead and join the community, by the way, because it's only $24.95 a month. It's easy, fun, and you create results right away. So I meet you wherever you are. If you want to go low carb, I'll help you do that. If you want to just work on some life goals, some friend goals, some academic goals, if you want to work on some fitness goals, if you want to just be more active, if you want to feel emotionally better, if you want to have more fun, IME Community is for you. If you want to be a part of a body positive community for teens where you support each other, and I'm telling you, it's a blast. I'm going to have to figure out as we get more members how I'm going to mute some of my absolutely fun and hilarious teens, and what I'm finding out is that they coach each other, and it's just fun. I mean, that's why I created it, is so that it's a fun place, and all you do is click on Zoom. The coaching is everything. I add add things to the content library. When you join, you get a member login, and so on Kajabi, and so that's really amazing, and it's a secure site. I have no ads or sponsorships because you guys have been seen as a commodity by food companies. I don't believe in that, so I created a safe, secure place. You can utilize the message board that's on there, the member forum, to support each other, post your wins and challenges, and you can do Ask Dr. Carla coaching, and I'll respond to it. So if during the week you have something come up and you need coaching from me, feel free to reach out. So, and I'm accessible to parents. Most of the parents have reached out to me before their teens have signed up, or they've signed their teens up and they have questions about it. So definitely feel free to reach out to me if you're a parent and you have a question, or you're a teen who has a question. Just go to Dr. Carla, and that's Carla with a K, Dr. Carla Activist MD at imecommunity.com. I know it's a long email address, but it's good. You'll remember it. Okay. All right. So life coaching is goal setting. It's problem solving. I show you how your current thoughts create your current results. Your current thinking creates your current reality. We think it's our circumstances or situations that we're in, and we're always trying to change those up with actions to make us feel or avoid feeling a certain way, but it's actually just our thoughts. And that is so powerful. In fact, I did a podcast on this with Pete Allman, who is a therapist and a writer and a major community advocate and community activist for teens. He started a nonprofit called Lighthouse. He was one of the co-founders of that years ago in our community in Lincoln, Nebraska, and it supports teens with the after-school programs. It's incredible. And it's a beautiful space, and he's also a therapist, and he's a writer, and he writes, and he wrote a book called Thoughts, the Power of Your Mind, and other books. So anyway, I hope you'll check it out. I think that is my 11th podcast, but I've gotten a lot of great feedback on that. So it's called Thoughts, the Power of Your Mind with Peter Allman, and listen to that, okay? And you can learn more about coaching, because I'm going to teach you little tidbits, which are little bite-sized pieces of coaching, but you have to show up for coaching the goal is to learn to self-coach. So I can teach you these skills, but unless you step into it and you step up, you won't create results for yourself, because you're the one who creates results, okay? The coach shows up, holds space, loves you, helps you show and create awareness of your mind, your beautiful, brilliant, amazing mind, and you get to create the results, okay? We help you get unstuck. That's what coaching does too. If you want to take massive action in your life, coaching is for you. It's incredible. Teens literally soak it up. Parents soak it up too. And I love coaching parents too. And I'm doing tons of coaching on TikTok Lives through this challenge. And I love doing that too. So I love coaching. It's my absolute favorite thing. There's amazing research. I'm a fellow member of the Institute of Coaching, which is affiliated with Harvard's medical school. And there's a lot of amazing research that comes out of that group that shows the positive benefits of coaching, and especially when you coach with compassion and with vision, which is how I coach. And teens, again, they soak it up. And so it's easy, fun, and you create results. So please go and join the community, okay? All right, so I talked to you about what life coaching is and what it isn't, okay? And so a big part of this week is going to be about thoughts, okay? And so again, if you can review that podcast that I did with Pete Allman, that might be helpful. But also I'm going to teach you, like, what are thoughts, okay? So thoughts are just a sentence in our mind, a cloud going by, like a rainbow that comes and goes. Our brain is just unconsciously programmed with thoughts, right? I mean, 95% of our thoughts at least are just like, we have, tens of thousands of thoughts that come up in our brain all day long. And here's the big thing, we are not our thoughts. Thoughts are optional. But oftentimes we don't understand that it's our thoughts that create our feelings. And that's nothing new. But I mean, that philosophers have been saying that, obviously psychologists, people have been writing about that forever, that it's our thoughts that create our feelings and not the circumstances or situations. And we know that because two people can be in the exact same situation and come out of that feeling completely differently about that situation. And that's because they have different thoughts about the same situation. Okay? So, that's really powerful to know, okay? Your thoughts are optional. You don't have to keep choosing your thoughts. But the first step is to create awareness of your thoughts. And also, usually, our thoughts will create our feelings. So usually our feelings, being a vibration in our body, will present as a physical feeling or emotion in our body. And a part of life coaching too is learning the skill of allowing our feelings and emotions and showing up for our lives and creating more presence in the moments of our lives. Okay? All right. Okay. So CoachU Monday, that's today. So like I said, this is the most important and foundational principles that you're going to learn when it comes to life coaching and reaching and chasing your dreams, okay? This is why a lot of people fail at their weight loss goals or their health goals and they're not sustainable. It's because they don't do the thought work. They don't do the coaching. They don't learn to self-coach. They don't show up with daily intentional habit practice to learn these skills for themselves. And they don't learn the skill of or get permission to allow their emotions instead of buffering with food. And it's just putting the time in. There's no summit. You're not going to reach the top of a mountain and then be done, okay? But you develop that skill and it's so amazing. Like, I've been doing this for 4 years and decided this is so powerful. I'm going to become a life coach. I'm going to take my obesity medicine boards. I'm going to invest again. My husband's like, oh God, here we go again. But he was really excited about our investment in IME community for teens because he and our family has been investing a lot in our community on the issue of childhood obesity when he started my nonprofit from scratch in 2008. I really got the balls rolling on that oh God. My son's gonna laugh at what I just said, but anyway, whatever, bleep. So I got the ball rolling on that in 2007, and I left my pediatric practice to start my nonprofit, Teach a Kid to Fish. And I pulled together the community. We made investments in that. I left, a high-level job and being an owner in a practice, and that was a really tough decision for me. But I'm saying, like, investing in IME community was not a hard choice for my husband and I, because we decided, like, we're going to put, he was like, I will only support this if it's you, Carla, directly connecting with the teens. If you are the one who's connecting, we need to get the middleman out. We need to get all the funders out of the way. Everybody who's, making me jump through the hoops and write grants and all the systems and, the health systems who just play politics, and no more politics. Just pure magic connecting with compassion, totally disrupting everything that doesn't work. So anyway, it's amazing. That's why I want you to listen up, because coaching is incredible, and this is your chance to really start this journey. Okay, so like I said, what I'm teaching you isn't really anything new, as far as like psychologists, philosophers, scientists, religious leaders have known and taught this through the ages, okay? And that's that thoughts create our feelings, and your feelings create your actions or your behaviors, okay? There we go, we're done. That's it. But it's really not as simple as that, okay? Just knowing that your thoughts create your reality, or that your thoughts create your feelings. And your feelings or emotions are what move you to action or inaction, to either make yourself feel or avoid feeling a certain way, because we're feeling beings, right? So we think, oh, if I do this, then I'll feel a certain way. I do that a lot. I take a lot of actions. I'm like a taskmaster. People will be like, oh, you get so much done and you're the Energizer Buddy. And I'm like, I'm really not at all. Like, if you saw me, like lately too, like I love taking naps. And I'm not. I'm just like, I try to be like intentional, but fortunately, I'm sorry, for me with the coaching, the best thing has been learning the tools of like self-compassion, and then also learning that it's just my thinking about it. It's not that the action is going to make me feel a certain way. It's just my thought about it. And it's just made me relax and not be on this like constant chase. Okay. All right. Thoughts Anyone Tuesday. So what are thoughts? A rainbow that comes and goes. Here's my thought rainbow. I'm going to show you guys. My kids make fun of me. I don't care. There's my thought rainbow. Okay. I have props for IME community. It's fun. It sticks in your head. A rainbow comes and goes. That's a thought, right? You are not your thoughts. Thoughts are optional. You don't have to keep choosing it. Isn't it interesting that your mind keeps choosing that thought? Isn't that interesting? Create some inquiry there, okay? You're just creating self-awareness. You're discovering yourself, okay? Because the art of believing on purpose, a thought that will serve you and create a feeling for your future self that you want to embody now, then you can create any result you want. Oh my gosh, it sounds awesome. You get to do it. You get to do it. Okay. A rainbow that comes and goes, a sentence in your mind, a cloud going by. They're like vapor. You can be like noting, some of the meditation practices. It's like, just watch your thoughts go by. You're a curious observer of your mind. You become a curious observer of your mind. Our brains are going to offer up thousands and thousands of thoughts a day. Some are interesting. Some are wacky. Most of them we're not even aware of. Some are sad. Some are neutral. And we are not our thoughts. I think that's so important to know. You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are optional. You don't have to keep choosing it. Okay? It's a huge relief to know that. And because sometimes, it's like kind of nonsense. It's like some of our thoughts, it's like, whoa, good thing I'm not. I know I'm not my thoughts. Oh my gosh. Thoughts create your feelings. Thoughts can be triggered by the circumstances in our life, for sure. Your current thinking creates your current results. Your current thoughts create your current reality. I just had a situation where I coached myself. My kids, my younger two kids Audrey's a senior in high school, and then Andrew's a freshman, and then she usually brings him home from school, but she had debate afterwards, a debate meeting, and he was not interested in going, and she was like texting at like 30 minutes before they got out of school, you'll need to have mom pick you up or come to debate meeting with me for 30 minutes. It's no big deal. You should come. You need to get involved. He is involved in school already. Just started his freshman year. And so then, of course, I knew how he was going to react to that was going to be a no-go. He's like, I'm not going to debate. Please pick me up. Please pick me up. But I was like, I just got in the shower. I don't have time to get there, Andrew. So you're just going to have to go to the meeting. It's no big deal. You don't have to do debate. Just go to the meeting. And then he's like, no way, I'm just going to walk home. And then Audrey's like, fine, I'll leave the meeting and I'll take you home. And then he wasn't answering his phone. And then he said he's walking home. And so I was like, oh, this sucks. And so then since he wasn't answering, I was like, okay, I'm going to go drive to school and pick him up. And so I got in there, and then and I said, if you don't answer my texts, then you're in trouble and you're going to lose your phone and blah, blah, blah. Pulling out the stops here. Okay. I was driving, and he said, Mom, I'm at 35. So that was like 35th Street. And he's like, okay, you passed me. And then I was like, okay, I'll come back and get you. But I was like, it's okay. Like, he's 15. He now knows the way home. It's fine. Like, he's a big kid. It's a great day. It's summer. There's nothing wrong with, like, he didn't want to go to debate. He's busy with other activities in school, and he wanted to get home. And he just decided to walk instead of wait for his sister. So I just coached myself with my thinking. Like, there's absolutely nothing going wrong. He really was independent. He took matters into his own hand. I'll ask him about not responding to me, which he said he had his phone on silent in his backpack, and that's why he didn't see my messages. And he was totally fine. He wasn't stressed at all. He was just like, I walked home. I started walking home. So it was no problem at all. And it was because I was able to coach myself. But the feeling I had before was that there was something going wrong, and that he shouldn't have walked home, and that he should listen to me and respond, and that there wouldn't be a reason why he wasn't answering his texts other than he was being rude, which wasn't the case, but sometimes is. Okay. Anyway, Thoughts Anyone Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Okay, beliefs are powerful thoughts Wednesday. So here's the thing about beliefs. Beliefs are just powerful thoughts on a loop in our brain, but we're not used to challenging them. I've talked to you all a lot about this, okay? We are not used to challenging them, but they're so powerful. Some beliefs you want to hang on to, some you don't. We have a lot of fixed and limited beliefs about diet culture that don't serve us. We have a lot of fixed and limited beliefs about ourselves and our ability and confidence to reach our goals. We have a lot of fixed and limited beliefs about our past self. So what's the goal ahead of you, and what are your beliefs about it and about you achieving this goal, okay? Because that's what's in your way. And just recognize that that's only a thought, okay? Beliefs are just a powerful thought, all right? And you can switch and transition to a belief that serves you, will help you create any result you want, okay? All right, so all together now Thursday, I'm going to teach you about the thought model. So the life coach school, Brooke Castillo created the thought model. That's where I trained. And so any problem that we have kind of fits into the 5 categories of the thought model. It's a really wonderful framework to help organize our mind around a problem or a goal, or to get us unstuck. To create thought awareness, to show us how our current thinking creates our current results. It's an incredible tool. I want you to start with thought downloads. So daily thought downloads where you're doing monkey mind writing, a brain dump, and work on that first. And then you can start plugging things into the thought model. So the 5 components of the thought model are circumstance, thoughts, feelings, actions, and results, and they all go together. So circumstance is where situation is something that you can prove, maybe like the measurement on a scale. Okay, it's neutral, it's out of our control. Maybe something somebody said or something somebody did, an action they took that is out of our control. Okay. Circumstances can trigger our thoughts, and thoughts, I've told you what those are, and thoughts trigger our feelings. Feelings are a vibration in our body, okay? Feelings are what drive our actions or our inactions, okay? And our actions create our results. So it all ties back to that thought, because it's the thought, the current thought, that creates a current result, okay? So that is the thought model. So I'll tell you one that I did with one of my clients who's slaying her summer health goals. She's already slayed it and getting ready to go back to school. She's awesome. So at the beginning of the summer, we talked about health goals. We talked about her weight, and her thought was, I can't keep habits. And so then that drove a feeling of unmotivated, and then her actions were to stay stuck. She did a lot of self-judging. She was buffering with food when she had that thought because it brought a lot of shame up, like something was wrong or broken with her. And her result was she wasn't creating healthy habits. So that result came from her current thinking, okay? So then I started asking her empowering questions. You know, what would it be like if you believed that you could create a healthy habit? What would it be like if you knew it's only your thought? And a thought is just a sentence in your mind, and you could just shift a thought and then create any result you want. What would it feel like if you got to choose? So I was like, well, how interesting is it that your brain keeps choosing that thought? Why do you think that is? It's just a pattern. So just creating awareness that that's what it is. And she had a lot of powerful work to do, and so we coached throughout the summer. And then what we did during that session too was create what was an intentional model. Like, here's where we want to go when we achieve, what's the result you want to achieve? So her result was, I want to create a healthy habit stick, achieve my summer health goals. Okay. And so then you can move up. So what are the actions that are going to create that? But a belief that really, or a thought that really helped her, that we shifted to, that would serve her and her result she wanted, was, I can create any habit I want. I get to choose. You always get to choose. So that thought's super empowering. So then it was the same circumstance, right? weight, some are health goals. Okay? And the thought now is I can create any habit I want. I can do it. And then the feeling from that thought is motivated. And then her actions from motivated were, and we got these all down, the specifics through her action plan. We're like, do these things called subliminals. She's doing thought downloads. She's planning one day ahead. She's creating her own measures of success that aren't necessarily her weight or health measures. That may be part of it. She celebrates the wins and she practices self-compassion. And then her result is she's achieved her summer health goals. Okay, so that was awesome. That was just, and her mantra is you're only one thought shift away from your goal. You're basically at the finish line. So that's really cool. Powerful, brilliant, beautiful awareness. Okay, awesome. Okay, so that's about beliefs. Okay, and then and the thought model, and then how do you want to feel Friday is you get to choose. So when you're creating intentional model, so you're creating, here's the result that I want, here's the goal that I want. You can decide how you want to feel. You can decide how you want to feel as you're working toward that goal or as you show up every day, okay? A feeling or emotion is a vibration in our body. And they're pretty much everything, right? And we're not used to allowing those. And start to welcome all emotions. Start to realize that life is like kind of 50-50. It's a mixed bag, right? So there's different mantras like choose your hard. I mean, it's going to be hard here. It's going to be hard there, right? Life is 50-50 here. Life is 50-50 there. So what are the measures of success? Just be realistic about that, right? It's not like diet culture. See, what the problem is, diet culture teaches us that we will be happy if we're at a certain goal weight, or that thin equals happiness. And that's complete, excuse my language, is complete bullshit. And that's why people arrive to that. I mean, you get your body to a certain point, and then it's like, but wait, I feel the same way because I haven't been doing the thought work. I haven't been allowing my emotions. I haven't been doing what is the most important work. I don't know the tools of self-love superpower, self-compassion. I don't know how to slay a goal for myself. I've been putting this on the external and believing in the diet culture thinking. And so it doesn't work. It just doesn't work to sustain it, okay? So you have to have a realistic view, but then it's like, what are you going to learn about yourself? Because it's not necessarily about reaching a weight goal or a health goal or like preventing prediabetes. All those things are really important, but it's like, what's your why? And then what are you learning as a curious observer of your mind along the way as you learn to cultivate and slay a goal that you set for yourself? And you create self-trust and you create evidence for self-trust. And then you're on to the next thing, okay? So then you're just a goal slayer, which is incredible. It's incredible. And you get to choose the goals you slay. You get to choose what you want, okay? And I'm coaching teens, like I said, and I'm a community, and they're choosing what they want, and everybody's choosing something different, okay? Because we're all different people. So that's why I created it as I am me, like I am me, the power of the individual with the support of a community. So, awesome. Oh, I digress because I get so excited. So, Believing on Purpose Saturday is, okay. We are not our thoughts. Like I said, most of our thoughts are just programmed. They're unconscious. You can also create deliberate thoughts that are choices and choose those thoughts. Choose the thoughts that serve you. Just like you're choosing the food. You're having like awareness before choice with food. Why not? Make a mindful choice. Make a choice of a thought that's going to serve you, right? That you're going to hang on to. But it's not like a quick fix. There's kind of an art to believing on purpose, beliefs that are going to serve you, thoughts and beliefs that are going to serve you to create the results that you want, okay? So you can't quite just switch it up, okay? You can't say like, I hate my body, oh, I love my body now. You might need to do like a bridging or a ladder, like, and work up to it and say, I have a body. My body really serves me. I'm grateful for my body, and then you move up to it, okay? And maybe you never have to say, oh, I love my body. You want to create something that's believable. I love how my body functions for me. I'm so grateful how I'm learning to love my body and appreciate this mind-body connection that I've never had. You get to choose it. It has to be believable to you. It has to serve you, okay? So you're creating when you do that, and you show up with intention to do that and start believing on purpose and doing the thought work every day and plugging things into models and creating beliefs that you want and doing what are called like belief upgrades. You can take what is a belief that isn't serving you and transition it to one that is, and your brain will change. You will start to affiliate more with the positivity and create more positivity in your life and more meaningfulness and happiness and showing up as your true ideal self. And it just creates a more fun, chill, better life. Okay? I promise. All right, put it on the result line Sunday. So here's what's really cool is that you get to choose any result that you want. You have the unlimited potential to create any result you want. You can put anything on the result line of the thought model and work back up. Okay? I put on the result line that I'm going to create a fun web-based community for teens. And I'm doing that. And that's on my result line. And then I move up and I have the actions. And I have how I want to feel. Is I want to feel like I'm having fun. I want to feel inspired, but I want to feel fun. Like I want to feel fun. At this point in my life, that's what I want. And when I'm not feeling it, when I'm not feeling inspired, because I'm a human and I'm going to have all the emotions, and there's nothing going wrong. And maybe I don't do my podcast that day. Maybe I don't write like I had planned. And that's okay. That's okay. So you create self-awareness, self-discovery, okay? So you can decide what are you going to put on that result line, and then you can work up to it. What are the actions you need to take to create that result in your life? How do you need to feel to create those actions? What is a thought that creates that feeling, okay? All right. So that wraps up the week. Here's a new thought to try on to create your new results. For instance, like if you're wanting to create a positive body image, but you have a negative body image, here's one that I'm going to offer you. I create a positive body image with my thoughts. It has nothing to do with your weight. It has nothing to do with your body, your shape, or anything. You create a positive body image with my thoughts. That is a really good like bridging thought that makes you feel like neutral and calm and hopeful, right? A positive body image is always available to me. It's available now. You can create that result for you now. Okay? Anyway, try it on. Try out some different thoughts. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing, literally. All right. Next week is going to be week 9, and I'm going to be talking about, oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm going to be diffusing the low-carb confusion. And we're going to get really specific on how to go low-carb if you want, and different ways to level up, okay? So you can check out that book, The Obesity Code by Dr. Jason Fung. You can check out the Society for Metabolic Health Practitioners.org, smhp.org. I'm a founding member of that. And check it out. There's some really great information on there. In the meantime, if you want, otherwise stay tuned for next week, because this week is big life coaching, and then next week, diffuse low carb confusion. Whoa. Let's see. Week 10, I'm going to be doing self-love superpower, self-compassion work. Oh, that's my love. And then week 11, sleep and stress relief. Okay, very important to take a holistic approach to our health. And then week 12 is relationships and boundary setting, okay? Because that's really important to address as we're trying to figure out like how to not emotionally overeat and all that stuff, is handling all of our relationships. And our relationships are on the circumstance line, because those are, what people do and say and how they act, and goes on the circumstance line, things out of our control. Okay, so we're going to learn a lot about what we cause and control, which is not a lot, and that we can't fix and solve. Okay, and about the manual, and so you'll want to pay attention to that week. Okay. All right, so join in, follow IME Community on TikTok and Instagram, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel and the IME Community podcast on Apple and Spotify. Please, if you're a teen, check out the community. Go to imecommunity.com and join the community. If you're a parent of a teen, it's so easy. You will be so grateful that you did. It's super easy. Again, it's easy, fun. You create results right away. And I meet your teen wherever they are, and I love to coach the parents too, one Saturday a month. Okay. Have an awesome week. All right. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the IME Community Podcast, where self-love is your superpower. The content of this podcast represents the opinions of Dr. Carla Lester and is not intended as, and shall not be understood as, a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The opinions shared reflect the host and guest and do not represent an organization or medical group. Always seek the advice of your physician or therapist if you have concerns about your health. And please, like and subscribe to the IME Community Podcast. Share IME with your friends and go to imecommunity.com to join the member community. Don't forget to follow IME on social.